them Starbucks hipsters got replaced by CGI dwarves. Snow White trailer. That reaction. We knew it was going to be big. We knew it was going to be big and controversial. They leaked it out secretly, slowly through Twitter. It was very weird. I'm like, suspicious. And I'm like, they know this was going to take a big hit. Like, it's going to be a big, just war. And I wonder how much it's going to make financially, because you're going to have a lot of defenders seeing it probably like 5 times just to beat the evil bigots. But, yeah, so watch the trailer. It's not bad. It's just not good, but it's not bad. But, it's, you know, it's what I expect. The thing that I was worried about, it proved true, that the dwarves are going to look out of place because they're supposed to be these literal human beings. And they replaced them because of the backlash. And I'm like, they look so odd. They look so fake and cartoony. And it's funny, you go back in early 2000s, CGI has gotten worse over time. Pirates of the Caribbean is constantly used as a, you know, side-by-side comparison for CGI today. Dead Man's Curse, is that what it's called? It's the second one. That's the first one. Whatever the second one was called. You look at Davy Jones and his whole crew, and they just look fantastic, and they look incredibly realistic. And that was like 2003 or something, 2004, 2005. And now we just have gotten so much worse. I mean, monkeys look 100% real in Planet of the Apes. And then you watch Wicked, and like they look so corny and fake. And I'm just like, what happened? We're going backwards. And it's these big studios, like, you know, the more money they spend, the worse it's going to look. And it's funny because like an A24 movie, if they told you they're doing a monkey, it's going to look like a real monkey. And if as close as you get. If a big studio told you they're going to do a monkey for $200 million, you're like, it's going to look fake. So, yeah. But the big problem with this, obviously, is always going to be racial. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that casting a character to look like the character is an important thing. And it's not going to sink the movie. It doesn't mean the movie's going to be bad, but it is an important thing. A lot of people like to think, oh my God, it's bigotry. I'm like, I'm Hispanic. I prefer her to be, you know, Grace Coraline Kelly. Coraline Curry, is that her name? Shazam girl? Perfect. Perfect. And I'm not offended. I would prefer if, instead of getting the sloppy seconds of white characters, we got our own character, an original character. I don't understand why Disney acts like that's against the rules. They can't create an original character. Why is that against the rules? Just make something up. These were all made up. I know Snow White's based off some old fable, but I'm like, you can find other fables, or you can just make something up. Look at Moana. You're making a live-action version of that. That was just made up. Just make something up. If you want to make a Hispanic princess, make one up. Instead of making Little Mermaid black, you know, you could have just made the Princess and the Frog Princess. Boom. Right there. Make it up. Make it up. So, yeah. But the trailer was fine. Gal Gadot is not a great actress. And it's very unbelievable that she's going to be jealous of Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler is pretty, but she's not pretty in movies. She's like pretty on Instagram. But in movies, she's not that pretty. And looking at her and looking at supermodel Gal Gadot, I'm like, this is a weird casting. So that's what Grace Caroline Curry should have been Snow White. And then you have this comparison. I'm like, that girl's smoking. So, yeah. Odd decision making all around. It's going to blow up in her face. Very sad for them. Not really. I think it's going to be hilarious. But I do believe that at some point they got to learn their lesson. And I do think Snow White being the number one, you know, IP name they have, this is going to be the ass kicking they get. That's going to change their perspective on all this. But then again, I've said that before. Because I'm not anti-diversity at all. Most people aren't. There are people who are for sure. But most people aren't. Most people just don't like the forced diversity, the race swapping, the sex swapping of iconic characters. You can swap smaller characters, but bigger characters, generally, like if everybody knows this as a household name, just keep them the same. You know what I mean? So, unless you have a very good narrative reason as to why they're different. But Snow White is literally named after her white skin. Snow White is a reference to her skin tone. So, anyways, comment down below, like and subscribe, and tell me what your thoughts are.